Okay. Walking through the big, deep, dark forest in the dead of night. Not my best of ideas. But you taking a swim? You taking a swim while I'm monologuing? Ugh. Anyways, we made it to the village. Let's see, how are you doing for health, Waffles? Oh boy, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to, like, get you some food around here. That's an entire human head on a hay bale. We're not gonna question that very much at all. Okay. Ah! Right, so this looks like it could be useful. Waffles, over here, over here. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Waffles, I have found a mod showcase. Welcome, everybody, as we are going to be talking about the Wheelchairs mod made by yours truly, and it features a whole ton of disability support devices and whatnot, mostly in the range of mobility, but there is also a fairly straight, actual, honest-to-jeb, actual, like, disability device inside of this, so look forward to that. But obviously, the major one is the wheelchairs, which means, first and foremost, we're going to need some wheels. Grab ourselves some slabs, and we can make some oak wheels. So just chuck that in, and we get ourselves an oak wheelchair. So plonk that down, there we go. Can hop over into it. As you can see, the wheels are fully animated. Honestly, I could just, like, roll backwards and forwards like this all day. It is quite relaxing to look at. If I then hit, I believe the default is Z. Okay, so now dismounting is locked, and that means if I hold sneak, absolutely nothing happens. Now, fun fact, that actually isn't unique to wheelchairs. You can do that with literally any mount you like whatsoever. You can also change in your client-side config what it defaults to. So, yeah, this is very important because it means that you can actually sneak on the edge of things, rather than falling immediately off, like so. But it doesn't just stop there. So we can have a mangrove wheelchair, we can have a jungle wheelchair, we can make oh so many things. But these are all functionally identical, for the most part, until we start to get to work with upgrades. So let's start by plonking some chests on these. So if I shift and right-click, and right-click, and if I get off, you can have a look around the back here, we now have an inventory in here. So if I go in here and I push C, we can open the wheelchair's inventory. And that allows us to store an extra 15 slots worth of items. These will be dropped if you die, however, the wheelchair will respawn at your bed right with you, and you'll get right back in the saddle. So, you will never lose your wheelchair, you might still lose the stuff that was in it. That said, let's pick these back up. Sneak right-click to return them to their item form, very handy. And we have some other upgrades we can add, so there's the lever upgrade, the pumpkin, and even a netherite upgrade, and the minecart with furnace we'll get to in a hot second. Just grab this axe for purposes. So, if I sneak right-click with the lever, this now has the diving upgrade. Now, it's worth noting, it does not, by default, give us any capacity to breathe down here, but we can, in fact, jump to get back out. So that's pretty handy if, for instance, you need to go investigate an ocean monument. So if you are an explorer, shall we say, and you're trekking across the vast Minecraft world, you probably want to use more of a pumpkin upgrade. But I hop out of here, we cannot use the pumpkin with the lever upgrade. Just returns it back into its item form. That is because these are incompatible upgrades, as one might expect, between floating and diving. So if we just sneak and right-click with an axe, you know, as it does damage the axe a little bit, we can then apply the floating upgrade. You can notice I am sprinting whilst in the wheelchair, and it is using up my hunger, so food is relevant. And indeed, the wheelchair has the same exact speed that you would have if you were walking, so consequently, beacons, you do get to benefit from them. But that is not the only thing that can be found in this mod. Far from it. We've got the crutches, as you can see there. We also have canes. The canes come with a variety of possible tops. So, let's get ourselves a lovely dark oak cane with a skull top. We'll get a cherry one with a gold handle as well. And let's go for a cherry handle as well. Yeah, good. And a copper one on this. Okay. So now we have a variety of lovely looking canes that we can use. And we can use more than one at once, of course. There are some animation tweaks that happen. Very good, very good. And they just look very nice and stylish. Very dapper. Perfect for a Victorian roleplay scenario. But it gets a little bit more interesting because canes have a very specific enchantment called Hollowed. And as you might surmise, Hollowed allows you to put things in it. So let's get our skull cane here, add the Hollowed enchantment onto it, and now this cane can hold something inside of it. Right now, however, it is completely empty, so let's take our iron sword here. It can be any sword we like. Add the slim debuff enchantment. This is a cursed enchantment, but it is there nonetheless. And that allows this to fit inside of our hollowed cane. We now have a sword cane. So if we sneak, we now have our sword back, and our cane is once again empty. But just a matter of quickly crafting, and back in it goes. Ah, lovely. That, however, is not remotely the last thing in this mod. As I said, there's a lot in here that has taken very great pains to implement and make sure it is as respectful and diverse as possible. And the next thing here is for poor unfortunate Waffles, who may have gotten on the wrong side of a few dozen arrows over the night, because we have service vests. There we go, one lovely cyan blue for you, Waffles. There you go, don't you look so dapper? Look at that! The service vest has a number of very useful benefits. Gives them a 1 HP per minute passive natural health regen. So even though I'm not giving Waffles a single scrap from the table, his health is gradually going to recover. It slightly pales in comparison to the other things that you can do with a service animal vest. If there are small children looking, maybe look away for a hot second. So as we can see, Waffles has evaporated into thin air. But don't worry, if I hop over to this conveniently prepared bed, and hop into here where it has mysteriously become night, and I just have a kip, Waffles will in fact make a reappearance. Welcome back, Waffles. Every service animal that would die is instead stored in an extra-dimensional space at 1 hit point, where they will return as soon as you sleep. Hence, Waffles is functionally immortal. The other item that is available is the speech tablet right here, but this allows us to send messages. And you might say, well, lying, why not just use chat? That'd be so easy, wouldn't it? Well, not only can we send fairly lengthy messages, indeed, we can say exactly where we are without having to check any coordinates, but we can also make compound messages. And that took me like three mouse clicks right there. You have no idea how much time this would save me. But that is all that I'm going to be showing you today, so I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time.